All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled The Economics of Relationships. Checked out an article. Let me see if you can see that. NPR. All right, so you see that title, right? You can go check it out for yourself. Thanks to a brother on Facebook. I saw it on your feed. Alvin. There you go. But I want to tie this into relationships. This is what I mean. They had that thing, the conversation about people wanting people on their intellectual level and being educated. And the first part is for the men. That's why I put this up. Guys, you can get a job that doesn't require all college degrees that can pay well. You know, you can be a welder, you can be a machinist, something like that. Well, you can. Yeah, I think you have to go to school to be a machinist now, or work on iron. And these things start out paying well. And even though the world is moving towards technology and automation, they're gonna still need people to fix these things, and that economy is still going to be there. So you have less and less skilled labor jobs that don't require you to go to college maybe 4 years. You might have to go 2 maybe, or maybe not at all. But you can get those jobs and pretty much work them the rest of your lives. And of course, there's going to be increases and raises because, those things, you work like an apprentice. Kind of, I don't think you can be an electrician like that anymore. Maybe a plumber. But those type of jobs, fellas, you need to get those jobs. And the thing about it is, because they're good paying jobs and you can finish young and get into the workforce, you don't have student loan debt or a ridiculous amount of student loan debt. Okay, because if you're not looking to be a doctor, lawyer, physicist, engineer, that's okay. You can still make money, right? And you can build enough nest egg to go back and get an education and do something else. You get what I mean? To expand on that skill that you have. And the thing about having a skill is always paid. It's always needed. Now, that being said, I tie that into the economics of relationships, because now we're hitting a space where people are talking about money and love and wanting, quote unquote, the American dream or lifestyle without doing a cost analysis. Without, you might want a certain lifestyle, but your education might hold you back because of your debt. So we don't talk about the debt of it, right? Your need for attention or validation by buying overly expensive things you don't need can keep you perpetually in debt. And that's part of the economics of relationships, because at the end of the day, with the men, it's all about making money. All this, I got a degree, I went to this school, I work here. We don't care about none of that. We want the money. You know what I'm saying? Money, money, money. So when it comes to dating, for some of you fellas who don't have an occupation, that's a way to get into one. Same thing with truck drivers and stuff like that. It's a way to get into one. Because now you eliminate that argument of, you may not have an education in the school, but you may not have to worry about student loan debt, and you may still make more money than the partner who's looking for all of that. So it's not that a brother who's making good money doesn't exist. It's that you X'd out because you didn't go to school, which seems like a economic thing. If you spent less to make more, that seems like you did the right thing. So, but once you get yourself in that position, you can get yourself first an apartment, condo, home, townhome, whatever. you're taken care of on the economic part. You can, take care of a family, or you take care of yourself first, and then save yourself to a position you can take care of family if you choose to do so. So that's the economics of relationships, right? Because all this is about money. I mean, I hate to break the news to you. As far as men's concerned, people don't care about us, how we are as people. They just care about what we can bring to the table financially. Now, on the flip side is the economics of relationships. There's a reason why these guys are telling you women that your money doesn't matter and your degrees don't matter. It's because of your debt. You want a traditional relationship, but you want to do it in a non-traditional way. And the economic part of that is this. You want a man to choose you and marry you and take on your student loan debt. No matter what you say, if you get married, that your debt becomes his debt. So to get out from under that debt, he's probably going to have to chip in on it. So you want a guy to pay your student loans. The other thing, the economic part of it, this is why, guys don't, take your degrees and occupation seriously. Because of those economics, the traditional thing about family. If you want to be married and you feel like you want a man to have a traditional role, then your family should uphold a traditional role and pay for the wedding. If you want traditionalism. But normally that's not the case. So the guy buys the ring and then he's on the hook for paying for the wedding and your family's off the hook. So financially speaking, you're meeting guys that you want them to do more for you than your family does for you before you even their wife, before you even this guy's wife. So what he's taking on is, forget the ring, because that goes with it. But he's taking on your family's responsibility as far as the wedding's concerned. That's their debt. He's taking on your student loan debt. And then when it comes to your occupation, I'm sure most women want a man who makes more money than they do. When it comes to your occupation, it primarily comes across that your money is for you to do something primarily with, even in a relationship, even if you're married. So you want him to bring home the bacon and fry it in the pan because it's a new day. But you want to keep your bacon and you'll fry his bacon every now and then. So the economics of that doesn't really play out, because you're asking a guy to constantly take a financial loss, and while saying that that's what he's supposed to do. And part of